The GTA 6 extended look absolutely blew me away. We've now seen 3 trailers, we've seen screenshots, but this is the first time I feel like we've actually been shown what playing GTA 6 is gonna feel like. And after going through this extended look multiple times, the graphics honestly weren't the biggest thing that stood out to me, although they looked amazing. It was really how many systems seem to be working underneath almost everything Jason and Lucia do.
Faster and faster, and it's getting hard.
And it's because GTA 6 doesn't just look bigger than GTA 5. It looks like Rockstar wants every action, which is how you steal a car, escape police, fight, or even interact with the world, to feel more deliberate. Some of the most interesting gameplay Rockstar showed had absolutely nothing to do with shooting or driving. Jason can walk through his house and interact with things that would normally just be scenery. There's an actual prompt to turn on a light. He opens the refrigerator and gets a selection of different drinks instead of just triggering a generic animation. There are beers, smoothies, and a protein shake. We also see food restore health somewhere else in the footage when Jason eats a bag of, I would say, Doritos. And after Jason grabs a drink out of the fridge, he sits down in front of the television where we get a close look at what appears to be multiple channels you potentially can actually watch at the TV. Individually, none of that is groundbreaking, but when you start stacking all these little systems together, the world starts feeling less like a backdrop and more like somewhere you're actually supposed to exist. The same idea shows up everywhere. Jason can smoke, basketball actually tracks whether the shot goes in, you can interact with a dog with multiple options instead of a single generic prompt. Even NPC encounters appear to give the player different choices in how they respond. And then Rockstar shows everything, from scuba diving and kayaking, to gyms, clubs, dirt bikes, jet skis, racing, skydiving, and even more. The important part isn't that GTA 6 has a huge checklist of activities. It's that Rockstar appears to be giving the players way more ways to interact with the world. The part that really caught my attention was crime, because GTA 6 seems to be asking us to think about how we set up for crimes, how we commit crimes, and also how we get away with the crimes. We see Jason trying to get into a locked vehicle, and he appears to have more than one option. He can smash the window, which would obviously be fast and loud, or he can use a Slim Jim to get inside quietly. And the Slim Jim isn't just an animation. There's an on-screen input that appears to require the player to actually perform the action successfully. That's a very small mechanic, but it tells us something important. Rockstar seems willing to slow the player down and make individual actions more deliberate. Then things get even more interesting once the police become involved. Jason and Lucia cover their faces during the escape, and elsewhere we see UI icons apparently associated with your face, clothing, and your vehicle. We also see them changing clothing around robberies and switching vehicles while trying to escape. And this is where I want to be careful, because Rockstar hasn't explained exactly how the system works yet. But it absolutely raises the possibility that losing the police in GTA 6 involves more than just making the stars disappear. Could police remember the vehicle you were driving? Could changing clothes help? Does covering your face before committing the crime even matter? And what happens if the police already know what Jason or Lucia looks like? We don't have the answers yet, but Rockstar intentionally is showing all these systems together is very interesting to me. Combat also looks noticeably different. Shooting we see feels slower and heavier than the GTA 5 combat loop. Jason uses a pistol, Lucia uses a shotgun, shooting with one hand. They move through interior spaces, take cover behind walls and cabinets, and they actually pick up a weapon or two from a fallen enemy. We also see a police vehicle losing a tire after being shot, which causes the vehicle to lose control and flip. And there's another mechanic that I think deserves a lot more attention. Jason appears to have some kind of focus ability, and this is probably with Lucia as well. When it was activated, time slowed down while he lined up his shots, and the meter drained while it's being used before gradually recovering afterwards. It looks like it drains faster than it recovers. There's also visual feedback when shots land. There's a red X that appears on a headshot prior to you taking the shot. So as of right now, combat looks less like Rockstar simply upgraded GTA 5's gunplay, and more like they rebuilt a lot of the little systems surrounding it. The other huge question is how Jason and Lucia actually work together during gameplay. During one sequence, Lucia is getting ready while Jason waits nearby, and an L2 Lucia prompt appears on his screen, and that very much looks like a character switching option. Later, we see Jason and Lucia together in a vehicle, and it appears to swap from Jason the driver to Lucia the passenger so that you can shoot off the other vehicles that are following in pursuit. And one of the most unexpected character switching moments was when Lucia was skydiving in the middle of the air and swapped to Jason across the city. If Rockstar gives us that level of control consistently, Jason and Lucia aren't just two protagonists whose stories occasionally overlap. The two-character system could become a gameplay mechanic of its own. There's another small detail I noticed during the dinner scene. Brian looks at his phone and tells them there's a job that needs to be done that night. He says only one of them can do it. Jason and Lucia both check their phones, and Lucia decides to take it and gets up to leave. That could simply just be part of the scene. But combined with all the phone UI we see elsewhere, I'm very interested in how missions are actually going to be delivered and whether some jobs can involve one character independently of the other. And this is why this extended look made me more excited than any other trailer probably could have. GTA 6 obviously looks incredible, but graphics are the easiest part of this footage to notice. The more interesting story is underneath the graphics. Breaking into cars has options. Clothing may matter during crimes. Vehicles may matter more during police chases. Food affects your health and your weight. The world contains all types of small physical interactive items. Combat has additional systems. Jason and Lucia can potentially be used together in ways GTA 5 never really attempted. That's what makes this feel like GTA 6 to me. Not just a bigger map, not just better graphics, not just more activities. It's the possibility that all these systems can actually connect. Because if what Rockstar showed here represents how the full game works, then GTA 6 may be less simply about giving us more things to do, and more about giving consequences and choices to the things we were already doing in GTA. I'm super excited about the release of GTA 6. Please let me know in the comments what your most anticipated feature from the extended look is. Have a blessed night, guys.